one struggle, pour it up, make it double. Time to spill the tea. Tired of the dating scene. I'm just trying to find a bank with the games they wanna play. Only if it's rated R, maybe then I'll show my cards.
At our post, struggling.
Guys, if you see me looking down, it's because we're recording also on StreamYard.
Yes.
So, hey YouTube, what's up? We're recording live right now on Instagram as well. So make sure y'all follow our Instagram at the R is for relationships. All right, let's get into the conversation, guys. Let's get into the conversation. All right, Samara, take us off. What are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about we're doing a quarterly recap on our dating and love life. You know, we started Two Girls One Struggle on YouTube back in December. We told y'all, you know, we're going through this journey of trying to navigate the dating world. You know, Nikki was taking her own approach to dating. I was taking mine. So we're gonna update y'all what's been going on the past 3 months. And yeah, let's start off. I guess
you first.
I guess we'll give you an update. Currently, I am still single.
Yes.
Duh, right? I'm currently still single. Since December, I think I was entertaining 3 guys. On and off, like not at the same kind of briefly at the same time. Like after one left, the next one literally came. It was struggling. Thought things was good.
What was struggling about the dating these 3 guys? Like, what was the struggle in it?
Let's see. One was consistency, one was communication, and the other one, I think it was just we were headed in 2 directions. Like we wanted 2 different things out of life. Our goals did not align with each other, and yeah.
All right, well, we listen.
I'll start with. Okay. Here's the first one. Okay, so y'all know how if y'all tuned into Tipsy Talk, y'all know how I say all the time I'm not really into younger guys, regardless if you're 2 years or not. So I decided to talk to somebody that was 2 years younger than me, and I know it's not big, but whatever. And it was cool. It was fun. He was actually a Taurus like me. We had a lot of fun. He was silly. But I felt like our goals in life were differently. We had like, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a professional. I'm an accountant. I have a son. I like to do certain things. I'm from the hood, but I'm not a hood girl. You know what I'm saying? So like I entertain into some of the ratchet shit, but just, you know, just a taste here and there.
Okay.
He was a little bit street, and that's not my type, even though y'all know who my child's, you know, whatever is, he's, you know, from there, but I'm not really into guys like that.
So guys, whoever's in here,
I'm not into hood dudes.
If y'all trying to bag Samara, he is not into street guys. So if you are a street guy, it's a no for her. All right.
No, well, yeah, street, because I think there's a difference between hood and street.
Okay.
So, to me, I guess a street guy is like the dudes in the corner. They still dabbling and selling. You're not saying he was selling anything, but you know, the street dudes, like they just too outside, too mixy, too extra. Not my cup of tea. And I think I forgot what happened, but we got into it over something. And it's like our second month, like a month and a half. And we got into like, well, he was trying to argue with me over something. I'm like, my dude, we not dating. Pump your brakes.
Fall back, sir.
You feel a little extra. Tell me how you feel with your words and not with your tone.
The feds watching. Shut up.
That's why you got to clean up. I don't know what nobody's doing nothing. Nobody ain't doing nothing on my end. But we got into something. His tone was like too like yelly. And I'm like, you got real upset over nothing real quick. But instead of having a conversation with me, I let it slide real quick and then it happened again. So I was like, you know what? I don't think it's working.
All right.
And then he started to get insecure. Like he was cute. He was swaggy. And he started to like question, why do you want to talk to me? I feel like we're 2 different people. So I'm like, why are you asking me that? If I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. Like, how many times I got to tell you? You know what I'm saying? Why I'm trying to talk to you. So I was like, yeah, maybe we should just fall back. It's not working. That was that situation.
I was like, oh, that's a lot. That is a lot.
Was this guy that was actually established. He was older, probably I'd be like, I'm only 25, so nah. He was
add 12 to that.
Not yet. Don't be adding age on me. I got a whole month. Okay. Nah. He was probably like 2 years older than me or whatever. He was established. We had fun. But I guess there was some red flags in the beginning. We our first time chilling.
Wait, hold on. Guys, she's being honest. She is spilling the tea. She's spilling the tea.
Well, don't act like I be up here capping.
Wait, Jasmine said plus 20. As long as I look good
tonight. We have Jazz is definitely guys. But I could be 76 looking like this. I'll take it.
Because what? Oh, put them titties in the camera again. Because what? Black don't crack.
Next thing. She over there dying. Yeah, so it started off shaky. Our first time trying to speak on the phone was on IG, and he called me randomly. And y'all know how us women feel. Do not FaceTime us without an invitation. So, when you call on IG, you have the option to have your camera on off. So my shit was off. Don't FaceTime me on IG without asking. And it was late. I'm in my bed. And he was like, let me see you. I'm like, no, you called to talk to me, so we're going to talk.
Wait, hold on.
Like, well, call me back.
Pause really fast. Hey, Jason. Guys, I don't know why y'all be FaceTiming us mad random. Do not FaceTime us random. If you want to FaceTime, I'm going to need a heads up, because I guarantee you, either one, I'm not answering, or two, you're going to be looking at my ceiling. Okay? You're going to be looking at the ceiling. I'm going to be far away. And you're gonna be looking at the ceiling. Don't do that. Like, ask us first, especially if it's like, if you're not if we haven't been dealing with each other. If it's new, we never FaceTime before, do not FaceTime me. I am not answering. I would say about 99.99999% of the time, I'm going to decline it. But anyway, sis, back to your story.
No, well, Nikki's right, because I'm queen of ceiling. You'll get the ceiling in a heartbeat. Or it'll be pitch black, lights are off. So that time he's like, well, call me back when you want to put your camera on. I'm like, excuse me, who the fuck is you talking to? Whatever, we had a conversation, got past that. And we hung out. The first time we chilled was cool. Then his friends happened to pop up to be nosy. Like, he told them, like, I'm not coming out. I'm entertaining someone. And they came over to be nosy. So, your first time meeting somebody, chilling with them, and their friends pop up, it does feel like, whoa. But I did feel comfortable with him strangely. So I let it slide.
I have a question.
What?
I got a question. How do y'all feel if you chilling with somebody and then their friends decide they want to come over? I would be so annoyed, but I want to know, how would y'all feel? Because I feel like I probably would I would still chill, right? But I feel like I would be like, sir, like, in my brain, like, stop playing. Why you did that? How did you feel when it happened?
I mean, the moment. So, like I told you, I know where I grew up at. So I was just kind of on guard. Like, my hand was in my bag.
When they said she's leaving, I'm leaving.
Yeah. So the only reason why I didn't feel any type of way, because I didn't feel like, if I felt like it was planned, you know what I'm saying, then I probably would have been like, yo, what the fuck? Like, if you knew they was coming over, then I would have definitely felt some type of way. But I don't think it was planned. I really feel like they was being nosy, like, oh, you actually got someone in your house. Now we're gonna stop. They was around the area, so they stopped by. So I didn't feel any type of way. They didn't stay too long. They were actually pretty cool. So, I was like, okay. Oh, shit, what you had in the bag, sis? I keep a few things, so I can't put all my business out there and then they be waiting for it. Then they got something better than what I got. So I definitely be having a few things in there to make sure I'm safe, but went and reached in there, put my hand on it just in case. It was safe.
So it's like you had your hand on, like, ready to spray?
More than the spray. I had the spray in there, but it was more than the spray too. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I be ready. Listen, my mother ain't raised no fool.
So be over here.
You said, well, oh, be weird. Oh no, listen, because it's me. Like, I think I could fight, but I can't be everybody. So, and I like me a man with some meat and some height. So, you know, might not be able to take him, just me alone. So you got to be ready.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So,
TB sweaty. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get the wetness out.
I can't. The long story short, I mean,
right,
that was we've been hanging out, like spending a lot of time with each other for the past. Y'all are stupid.
Yo, I'm telling you, Jasmine, she's a real.
What you sipping on tonight, sis? Because she is ready.
She's like this in real life.
Ready.
Not just Instagram, but go ahead.
Yeah, fast forward. Like, you know, the vibe was good. I actually did feel comfortable with him. He was a cool person. We hung out a lot. So let me tell you a couple of red flags. I'm big on dates. He kind of told me he's not a big date person in the beginning. But I was like, well, you talking to me, we got to go on a date. So our first date, we went to a spot that's near both of our house, a spot that he's very familiar with. And when I get there, we sharing the table with his friends. Eventually, the spot was packed. So me being optimistic, like, he a grown ass man, so I know he don't think I'm showing his friends yet because we not, you know, official. I ain't meet none of you. These are different friends now, so I ain't meet you. You know, like, I don't know these people, but I'm assuming we sharing the table because it's packed in here. He did say after I questioned him about it that they were packed in here. But we're at the table, we vibing. His friends are chatting with me. You know, he's buying me drinks, but he's playing spades on his phone. Like, most of the night. Like, he'll stop to check on me. You good? You know, we probably two-step.
That shit sounds crazy.
Like, we probably kissed once. He was getting me drinks and stuff, but he was like literally playing spades on his phone. I thought it was weird. We had a conversation about it. And then as I got to know him, like, he plays spades on his phone. But that was weird too, because I'm like, yo, we on our first quote-unquote date. Your friends are here. Now you're playing spades. It's mad fucking loud. I let it slide again. Because like I said, there was chemistry there. There was definitely something there. Cool. Fast forward. Things are going good, whatever.
Hey, Carrie.
Reason why we stopped dealing with each other, because these stories are long. I could run my mouth all day. We stopped dealing with each other because he went on vacation for a little while. I found out like the week before he was going because we were playing rated all the game.
Right.
And to find out he was going on vacation. So I'm like, okay, cool. While he was away,
hey sissy,
we probably spoke 3 times, but because I hit him up like to make sure he got there safe, just to see like, oh, when's he coming back? Because like I said, we didn't talk into detail about his trip. So he's a person that he likes to spontaneously take trips or whatever. So I didn't think none of him go on vacation. He's not my man, so he can do whatever he wants to. But while he was away, there was no communication, and he was gone for like for a little over 3 weeks. Oh gosh, Nikki's annoying. Hey y'all, hey boo. What?
Guys, I have a question.
I'm spilling a lot of tea to y'all tonight for y'all, but I'm being very transparent because I expect that from everybody else, and this is the journey we're taking. So I really want y'all to see what we're going through because I feel like men come for us and think we're being too picky and too extra. So I'm gonna tell you my stories, at least my version. Theirs might be different, but I'm being.
This is from our point of view. From 2 Black girls in the dating world struggling to survive and struggling to make it through. It's a hot ass mess. Like, it's really a hot ass mess. But I raised my hand because, like, Samara and I, like, we talk all the time, every single day, for hours at a time. And the majority of the conversations, which is why we started, the lips look good, sis. Which is why we started 2 Girls, One Struggle, is because, like, this was something that was kind of like dominant in our lives, our dating, right? Dating, the guys that we talking to, the guys that we fucking, that we seeing, whatever you want to call it, right? So I have a question because I want you to talk about the date that you were planning.
Okay.
And then before, because I want them to know how fucked up he really was. Let's talk about it.
So, well, first of all, I'm a big planner. Like, any of my exes will tell you, when we do anything, they'll be like, yeah, how you do it? Vacations, everything. I'll plan it. You know, some will fund it or we both fund it, whatever. So, like I said before in the beginning of the story about him, he's not a big date person, supposedly. So, I'm queen of R&B. If y'all know me, I already know. I love me some R&B all day, every day. So, there was this band that was going to play at this bar I started to frequent. I don't know if y'all watch our posts. Like, I've been going out by myself. So, I was like, oh, I want to go check it out. It'd be cool. He dances. That's a plus. I like guys that dance, FYI. So I was like, it'll be dope. Yeah.
Oh, look. Oh.
I'm just, my husband could be watching. I'm just saying. Hey, King. So I was like, it'll be dope. Like, I think it'll be intimate. We have a good time. And then, like I said, we celebrate. I'm like, maybe the night, the connection was there. The connection was there. I'm leaving out a lot, but maybe I should go back and tell you stuff. But let me go and say. So I was like, oh, let's you want to go to this event? And he's like, sure, we can go. It was supposed to be for that Saturday of the week he was leaving. Why is she laughing?
Go ahead.
So it was supposed to be for that Saturday the week he was leaving. So when he told me about his trip, I'm like, okay, let me see if he's gonna bring up like, oh, we can't make it. I can't go because I'm going away. He didn't say anything about it. I had to ask him. In this particular event, you had to purchase tickets. It was only $20. Okay. So when I was like, should I not get the tickets? Are we not going? And he's like, oh yeah. And that was it. Like, okay, oh yeah. So I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, like that's all the fucking words that you got? Oh yeah? That shit sound wild and crazy.
So let me give y'all a little backstory of him real quick before y'all think like shit happens. As we were dating for this month and a half, like I said, I was almost like every other day. We were spending time with each other almost every other day. And he was telling me like, yo, our connection is dope. Like I already knew like
sorry, this is us. Y'all can't see her boobs, but I can see it here and it was good.
Yeah, because
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm like, just don't send it to my son. Nah. So like he's telling me. So he was telling me like I could tell that you act. I told people I'm shy, even though I talk a lot. I am shy, and so I'll be comfortable with you. So for me, I have my guard up a little bit because we just get to know each other. Like I'm not going to give you 1,000% me. You're gonna get a good 80ish. So he was like, I could tell you still being a little bit reserved, but I'm like, because we still getting to know each other. But he's like, yo, like we got this connection. I already told you this and that. My house is your house. All this extra shit, like as if we, what I'm saying?
Good
I even had the conversation of like, what you looking for? Are you dating with intention? Are you dating for a relationship? Answer, checked all those boxes off. So fast forward his trip. So I feel a little type of way because I'm like, I want to go. And I'm not going to go to that spot by myself. So now I can't go. 2, I just found out about his trip, but it's like, whatever. Because if I want to get up and go, I'm going to go too. So while he's away, he doesn't hit me up at all. If I text him, which I did like 3 times on different occasions, okay, he did respond to my text messages, but he never initiated any conversation with me. But he was on Instagram liking posts from my page, liking posts from the Aries for relationships. So
Carrie, shut up.
What you saying?
They talk about your titties. Jasmine said lower the camera. Carrie said he ran back to look at it and hit his foot.
My Cash App is $.
So Jasmine said, and guys, just for you guys that's on YouTube, we are live on Instagram, so we're reading the comments at the same time. So Jasmine said they be want you to take down your wall to be assholes. Yeah, men want you to take your wall down and let your guard down, be open, be vulnerable to turn around to be a fucking dickhead. Mm-hmm. And Jasmine again with her trolling, like, what was the reason? Naturally Radiant said F boy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was my sentiments, but
Oh no, so by then I'm over it because like we've had conversations. He's a more in person. I feel like these Jersey men, and no shade to King of Jersey and whoever else isn't here from Jersey, y'all Jersey people. But I'm a New York girl every day, all day. Y'all are just different. Y'all a little bit different. Y'all look nice, but y'all a little different. So
I'm gonna have to pause on a they look nice. But that's my preference. But
no, when I go out, I see some nice looking men.
Okay.
Yeah, so some of y'all look nice. It's different compared to, I feel like when I'm in New York, I see the same faces all the time. So I don't want to, we either already talk to each other or I'm good on you. Right. So, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so we didn't communicate. There was no communication. So I kind of called him out on it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yo, are we good? And I'm like, we're not good. We okay, but I'll have, we'll chat when you get back. You're on vacation. Like, I don't want to nag somebody while they're on vacation. I don't want to get nagged while I'm on vacation. So He was supposed to come back in 2 weeks, end up staying out there for 3 weeks, no communication. So I just kind of text him like, you know, I'm kind of good on you because we've been dating strong, seeing each other almost every day. You're telling me all these lies. Even though I wasn't fully believing them, but I'm like, don't volunteer a lie to me if I ain't asked for it.
Right.
And now you feel you don't need to communicate with me when we've been spending all this time together. Like, I don't have to be your chick, but you liking my post and doing all this extra shit, and you're not even, hey, good morning, how's your day? Anything happening, I'm good on that because I've made it very clear I'm big on communication. That's something I need from my partner. We need to talk. We have to talk all day, every day, but you away for, and he only went to Cali, y'all. He wasn't even overseas. He went to fucking Cali. 3-hour difference. He wasn't nowhere where the service was probably bad or the, you know, Cali. So I was
right there,
supposedly, because you know, ninjas be lying every day, all day. So I said I'm good on him. That was our story. That was that story. I thought it was
okay. Cool. So I have a question. Well, I'm gonna ask after you talk about the third one.
And then the last one. So, like I told you, I don't have a problem meeting a guy. Like some of y'all be having a problem with guys that don't have jobs or accept. Like I meet guys that have their shit together. It's just up here they don't. So this the dude I was just talking about, he was in the military and a firefighter. Then I meet a police officer from NYPD. He was cute. He was swaggy. Nikki liked him better than everybody else.
I was like, Samara, date that one. I was like, date that one.
Let me tell you,
look good. That body looking right. I was like, that's the one that you need to be sliding.
I need to answer these comments because y'all annoying. No, so let me tell you. So Nikki was like, date that one, but those are the guys I typically go for. Like my friends would tell you, like Samara is tall and light skinned. I'm not tall and light skinned. Tall and light skinned likes me. So I'm like, let me do something different because what I attract or what I've been dating does not work for me. So, yes.
I agree with that, Queen
Jackie. He was like the fifth one. I meet officers all the time. I don't know. But so I was like, okay, let me give it a try. He wasn't bad. He was 42. I told you I'm 25. Nah, I'm 36.
Plus 20, like Jasmine said.
So so I was like, okay, cool. We chat. He was very, very swaggy. I love the way he dressed. He had a nice body or whatever. He was cool. Y'all know I'm a teeth person. Like everything was checking the box. We decided to link up just for some drinks real quick to get the meet and greet out the way. When I get there, I felt like he was acting shy. So I told you, I'm usually the shy one until I have a couple of these in the system or I'm comfortable with it. So he was acting a little shy. So I'm like, you good? Like, do I look like my pics or whatever? And he's like, nah. He was like, you look good. Like, you look better in your pics, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, you're acting a little shy. Like, everything's okay. He slowly loosens up at the end of the night. Things are cool. We hang out. We kiss. I don't even want to tell the kiss.
Look, I'm over here like, because like I said, we talk all day. I know these stories and I want to hear it. And
Nikki, don't worry, because I'm a troll when it's her fucking turn. All right.
I don't have much to talk about. So
nah, she don't, right? But I'm going to just ask her shit just because. Yeah.
All right.
Formulation questions for Nikki because I don't think she's been on it. Well, she'll tell her story. So we kiss or whatever. So I told y'all before on the show, me and Nikki talk about it. I'm a good kisser. I'm not saying it to be cocky or anything. I hear it all the time. She's so stupid. And I like to think so too. I'm just a good kisser. And I like people that can kiss good too. So we were kissing and he was like,
put your lips in the camera. Let's see your lips. What y'all think? Y'all like that? Y'all want to dive in? And let's take a moment for the teeth too. Let's take a moment for that smile. Yes.
Nah, I'm not.
Smile for me, daddy.
Nah. I'm just fucking around with y'all. We having fun. So he was enjoying the kiss a lot. Like he was saying, like he hasn't kissed like that in forever. And to me, it was regular. It was okay. Let me tell you how he was kissing y'all. And no shade to him. I'm not being shady. I'm not being shady towards him because it didn't work out. Because I don't think he's a bad person. I just think he wasn't ready to date me. So you know how in the movies how they be kissing, they like, and they like grabbing your head and just, and they're moving everywhere, like it's so fucking intense for no reason.
I would have been like,
that was him. So I'm the type of person, I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable or embarrass them, but I was just like, what is he doing? Like, why are we like it was like one of these with the sound effects. That's why I'm giving y'all the sound effects, because the sound effects was here. So now I'm trying not to laugh because he was open. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you how the kiss happened. We was playing Uno, and if I lose, I had to kiss him. If he lost, he had to do push-ups. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm freaking competitive. I don't be losing. At least I try not to lose. I was losing that night for some reason. I'm like, what the hell? So then eventually, he ended up getting his kiss. It was just weird. But he was super excited about it. He kept talking about it like, oh, I can't wait till we hang out and get another one of those. And I'm like, it was okay. So anyway, so that was that story. So now a date. That wasn't a date. That was a meetup. So he's like, oh, I want to see you again. So I'm like, sure. I was like, plan a date and we out. And he's like, I got you. I'm off all next week. So next week comes, nothing. I'm sitting up there like, I feel like if somebody wants to chill with you, male, female, whoever, they're going to be following up, making sure we still on. He did hit me up, I think like on a Monday, like we still on for this weekend. Well, this week I said yes, but there was no day. I prefer for you to give me a day and a time of when we hanging out. You don't have to know the location yet, but I need a day or time when we're going to link. Kissing like a Sims character. Exactly like the Sims character.
Like, I feel like we need a time and a date. You can't just be like hit me up. Well, I don't know. I think it depends on how you feel in that day. But we would prefer for God to plan a date. And I don't understand what the fucking difficulty is. But go ahead.
No, yeah. So if I'm feeling you, then I don't mind. Like, I can be very spontaneous, but I have to like you. If we're just getting to know each other, I don't feel like I need to block all my time out to just for you yet, because I don't know you. I don't know if you're worth me being spontaneous. I don't know if you're worth me planning my day around you and all this other extra shit. But I say, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. You're busy. I know, work for NYPD. There's a lot of OT. I don't know what you have going on. So we're chatting throughout the week. Everything is cool. Saturday comes, we still planned yet, but we're supposed to hang out on Saturday. So eventually, I hit him up on Wednesday. Like, do you at least have a day in mind? Because like, my dude, I'm not waiting all week for you. Like, I would definitely go out with somebody else.
Right.
Excuse me, y'all. So he goes Saturday. I'm like, okay, cool. Saturday's here. We text the morning or whatever. There's no talk about what's the plans. 1 o'clock hit. I'm like, okay, so what we doing? Like, now I'm like, you got to say something else. I'm not going. Because you already know, here was not done. I'm like, I know which wig I was putting on that day. If y'all
gotta make sure our eyebrows is matching.
Look, hello. If y'all watch last episode, I had a whole ponytail in. So, I had to get my life. So I'm like, I need to know what time we getting together. It might take me an hour or two. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, I'm looking for something right now. Right now? But you have what week?
What time was it?
This is at 1 o'clock. So I'm like, okay. So me, I'm ready feeling. I know I'm extra sometimes. So I'm like, let me be gentle, because I spoke to my homeboy. He was like, sometimes I like to do last minute stuff too. And I'm like, you're right. Everybody can't be on my type of time.
Right.
All right. You got a few hours to find something. We're probably not going out till later. I know we definitely going to go get some drinks. So find something. 6 o'clock rolling around. You ain't find nothing yet? No, because I was thinking about doing this with you and doing that with you and doing that with you, but I didn't know if you wanted to do it. I said, but we've been texting all day. Why you ain't ask me what I wanted to do? If anything, if you could have been like, yo, I really can't find anything. I want to see you. Like, is there anything particular you want to do? So I could like search that up. Nothing. So now when I'm asking you what's going on at 6 o'clock, you still looking. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a nap. That means we ain't going. Like, I'm not that type of me sitting there like, well, he's still waiting. A bitch is taking a nap. I took a whole nap. It's like 9 o'clock now. He's texting me, what you doing? So I wasn't going to fucking respond.
We need to make a post about that. What the fuck with that, what you doing text? Because I can't. But anyway, go ahead.
And he's like, just sitting here bored. And I'm like, oh, you know why you bored? So now I'm like, I'm not holding my tongue. I said, you know why you bored? Because you waited last minute to go plan a date. And he's like, no. And he keeps telling me all the shit he had in his mind. But I'm like, y'all don't even know. I'm so down there. As long as there's some of this involved, I am down for whatever. Not just whatever. You know what I mean?
So basically, she's saying, give her liquor. Give her some liquor.
Nah, I'm joking a little bit. I would prefer some of this to be involved, but it doesn't have to be. But I'm like, we're trying to get to know each other. Because I asked Nikki, I was like, he too reserved for me. And I'm like, I want to be the reserved one in my relationship. So if I'm more outspoken and more extra than you, then it's not gonna work for me. I know it's not gonna work for me. Like I like my man. Not saying he's not a manly man, but I like my man a little bit more out there than I am, more assertive than I am. So if I have to be the assertive one in a relationship or a situation, it's not gonna work for me. It's not gonna work. So whatever the case is, he's it's 9 o'clock. He's like, all right, I want to take you to it was like exchange place out here. It's like classy, you gotta get dressed up, it's on a rooftop, yada yada. So I'm like, well, it's gonna take me 2 hours. It's 9 o'clock now. Like, if we go in here, now I gotta pull out something nice, suck it all in, make sure the dude is good, makeup is, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta find some shoes that I don't want to put on. So I'm gonna need a minute or two.
You stupid.
So it's like 10 o'clock. Here's the same thing. I'm like, yo, have a good night. Like, I'm good on you. He's like, what are you talking about? I thought you was getting ready. I'm like, you didn't confirm like that's where we going. You just said like you was thinking about the spot. So I'm like, yo, what's your problem? I'll call him just because now we texting the whole time. So I'm like, let me call him, figure this out real quick, and then we get over it. He doesn't answer the phone. Right after he texted me, I called him. He didn't answer. So I'm like, hit me up when you're done. 11 o'clock hit. He like, oh, my bad. I'm on the phone with my friend trying to find a spot for us.
Hey, O'Neal.
This dude was on the phone with his friend until like almost 1 o'clock, supposedly trying to find a spot for us. So I texted him like, you know what? I'm going to need you to lose my number. You're corny. And have it like, I don't want to go into
You actually called him corny?
No, I told him he's corny. I said, you're corny and that's whack.
Yes!
I'm a ass chick and you lost out on it.
Wait, pause real fast. I want y'all to know that this is Women's History Month, Women's Herstory Month, right? So we telling niggas what the fuck it is. So kudos to her. I'm gonna need y'all to drop an emoji because we need seriously, because I feel like we need to speak up. I think a lot of times, like, we let shit slide and we won't talk. And I used to be like that too. It's like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let it go. We need to call niggas the fuck out. But anyway, go ahead.
So if y'all gonna clap if anything, because I'm queen of second, third, and fourth chances. So for me, like, he could have fucked up this time and then hit me up the next day and apologized, and I would have been like, you got one more chance. But I was like, we don't know each other. I'm just getting to know you, so you're not getting second chances over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was your first impression, and you fucked it up. And we're talking all day. You had a whole chance to be very transparent. You had a whole chance to be honest. To the point where I was just at the point where I just wanted to get a fucking drink and get out the house. Like, you didn't have to plan nothing crazy. Like, I was fine with us going to the bar. Just go somewhere where the music is not loud so we can talk. The whole purpose of a date is to get to know the person that you're hanging out with. And then if you want to make it fun and extra, let them get a sense of your personality or your interests in your life, then that's when you plan, the activities and X, Y, and Z. So whatever, let me go just give out back taste. He doesn't drive. He lives in Jersey and he does not drive. He supposedly sold his car. Could be true, could not be true. I don't know. I don't be believing y'all dudes nowadays. I'm like, it's okay if you don't drive, just say you don't drive. But supposedly,
did he even have a car? Did he even have a car?
So that was the thing. So he was like, he was trying to look for something in his area or go to New York. And I'm like, he's like, but I know you don't care to go to New York. And y'all know I stay out in New York because none of my friends want to come to fucking Jersey, F y'all. But so that was his reason why he was looking for something, because he only knew spots in New York, even though he lived out in Jersey for 7 years and he didn't have a car. So I was like, well, we had a conversation prior to, depending on where we were going and the situation, we could have linked up or I could have gave you a ride. Like, we have men pick us up a lot. And I'm like, I guess you can reverse the role sometimes depending on where you're going and how comfortable you feel with the person. But that's a conversation you have. So you could have said something like, hey, I'm not driving, so I don't know what areas you're okay with chilling out with, yada, yada, yada. There was no communication about that. So me cursing him out the way I did was because of that. So I told him that he was lame. Like, don't call me again. He messed up on a great woman. And he just kept trying to tell me, I'm up here. I'm on the phone with my friend.
For yourself, ladies.
Because I wanted to do something to show you the type of person I am and the things. And he just kept going. I'm like, yo, my dude.
First of all, sorry, go ahead. Finish your sentence.
So yeah, I'm like, now it's 12 o'clock in the morning. So when I told him I'm good on him, that's when he decided to call me back. So I called him 2 or 3 times within 3 hours to be like, just to see what's going on. Because I try to be fair. I'm gonna give you a chance. But this is no tolerance, Samara, no tolerance, Snookz, whatever you want to call it. There's no tolerance here. One and done. If I don't know you like that, you get one and done. There's no reason for me to give you a second chance. Because if this is your first impression, I don't.
Yes, Trinae. We need actions, not words.
Wait, yeah, so
I always say we need the actions with the words. I don't want one without the other.
Same.
Hey Miranda, I do not want one without the other. I need your actions to align with your words, and I need your words to align with your actions. Because somebody could be like, oh, like all in your face, in your face, in your face, and then they be like, oh, remember I told you I didn't want a relationship?
Yeah.
Or they could be like, oh, I want a relationship, but then they not showing up the way that they're supposed to. So I need A plus B to equal C. Not A or fucking B. No, A divided by B, B divided by A, carry the 2 times. No, I don't need PEMDAS. I need.
I'm like, fuck that. Give me C square.
Okay.
That shit can't equal nothing but C. Okay.
Give us C
square.
What
C square is, but it sounds better than C.
Okay. But anyway, that was a mini sermon. So what I wanted to say was, damn, I really forgot. Damn. Keep in mind. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Keep in mind, this man said that he was off for the whole fucking week. Yeah. And now it's Saturday. He was off the whole week. So Monday to Friday, this man was off. And Saturday at 1:00 a.m., he's still planning. That sounds crazy.
Yeah. So what's so weird is because he told me he prefers to talk on the phone. He's not a fan of texting. So I'm like, let me just call him because we're texting and we're both confused with what each other was saying. And he was not answering the phone at all. And I mean, dude was like texting me like every 10 minutes after I called. Well, only called like 2 or 3 times. So like, oh, I'm on the phone with my friend trying to find a spot. We looking for something. And then he had texted me like, why don't you get dressed and come over here and we find what we're going to do. So I was like, I ain't coming to your house. Like, I'm not coming to your house. So I don't know why you asked me that. But when I told him I'm good on him, that's when he called me.
Okay.
Which was like,
So Trinae said either he got a woman or he's just a liar.
Yeah.
He fucking both. Who knows?
I think it was, like I said, they be lying. And I asked men right up the front, are you single? First day. The first fucking day. Are you single and what the fuck you looking for? Because we don't need to talk. I don't need to get to know you for a week and then ask you what you're looking for. I just need to know right then and there because let's not waste each other's time. I know what I'm not looking for. So if anything on your list is what I'm not looking for, then we don't need to speak.
Potsy done.
So when I was telling him I'm good on him, like once he kept giving me all these excuses, and I'm like, you got a handful of excuses.
He was a panty swindler.
We ain't chill. Actually, the panties.
Raymond said absolutely not. He was trying to trick you out them panties. He was a swindler.
I don't know why. I done said it plenty of times. I'm not coming to your house. That was the whole purpose of the date. I got invited to the house Monday, Tuesday. Well, you know how they say like, if you're not doing nothing, I could put some hookah up. You know, everybody was got hookah and drinks. Like, if you see my bar right now, I got shit in here too. It's lit, and I got my hookah right there, so I'm good. So yeah, so whatever the case is, I just told him I'm good on him. And that's when he attempted to call and give me all these excuses. And I'm just like, I feel insulted because we're grown and you're in your fucking 40s and you're hitting me. I was like, you can't even lie well. So I was like, for your next situation, if you're going to continue to lie to women, get it together. Rehearse these lies with your friends. Like, I'm literally telling him this. He's on the phone quiet now.
Because I be practicing for my interview.
Yeah, he was dead ass on the phone. Like, before he was trying to interrupt me, trying to give me his excuse. When I told him, like, I'm good and you messed up, as soon as I said you messed up, he got super quiet. And I was like, I think I'm a dope ass chick. And since you was just so open and all this extra shit, you thought the kiss was dope because you kept talking about it and got offended when I said it was okay. Like, you missed out on a lot. But I was like, enjoy your life and don't call me more. And that was the end of the story. So that has been my dating life the past 3 months. So when I recap, follow up, I just kind of feel like
you got to practice the lies on him.
I just need to pump my brakes or take a break. Because it's just not, I'm attracting something. And I don't know why, because I feel like before, I'm not going to lie, before, when I was dating before, I probably wasn't as transparent. I probably wasn't allowing a lot of shit to happen. But I'm like, now that I'm super open with men, and I don't think I'm being aggressive when I'm doing it. No one's accused me of being aggressive while I was doing it. They're still like playing games. Yeah. Like before, I probably wouldn't be like, what you're looking for. I probably entertain them for a while and they feel some type of way because we're on 2 different pages. But now I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. Do you want the same things? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, what are your interests? Am I the type of person you would date? X, Y, and Z. And they're like, yeah, oh, I like you and this and that. And they're just feeding all these. I'm calling it lies because I feel like if you
listen,
and you're not following up, then you're lying to me.
If the actions don't align, it's a lie.
Because I definitely have men that I'm not into like that. That's showing up, like, you know what I'm saying. The way the guys I want that I'm interested in is not showing up. So I'm like, I know you're interested in somebody. You're definitely gonna, let them know. You're definitely gonna show up. You're definitely gonna keep it 100. And I'm attracting something. I'm not gonna say it's my fault, but it's something I'm doing still that I'm probably not aware of that's attracting these type of men.
Okay.
And I'm like, maybe I need to fall back again and analyze that because it is what? Struggling.
That's, if y'all were wondering what the fuck 2 girls 1 struggle mean, this is what we talking about. Situations like this that we go through, that we had to name it 2 girls 1 struggle. 2 chocolatey girls trying to just figure out ourselves and then dating. How to find ourselves and date. And finding ourselves through dating.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm gonna save that for one of our captions.
Yeah, glass. Clink, clink.
Finding out. Listen, I'm a word connoisseur.
I love you. Like she 2 types of connoisseurs now. All pertaining to the mouth. We got the word and for grown, But I would say this. Although it's been struggling, I am definitely proud of the growth I've been showing or doing during.
Cheers to that. Bring your light bulb.
Now, seriously. Y'all don't even know. Like, I'm queen of, I'll see a red flag, and because I'm competitive, I'm like, I'm gonna turn that shit green. I'm queen of that. Now I'm like, fuck you and your flag. If that shit don't look white or green, because white is neutral, like let's figure it out. I'm good to go. I'm good. I'm good on you. I don't have time for it. You're not getting second chances if you fucked up in the beginning for no reason. And yeah, like I'm learning when to walk away because I did not know when to walk away.
Okay.
I would feel like you're lying and allow you to lie to me and then get upset I got lied to, even though I knew it was a lie. So now that seriously, but like I said, I'm being real. I'm being transparent with y'all. Like, that was my flaw. Like, I wanted to, but you said you felt this way in the future. When we hung out on these days, it felt that way. So, maybe now it's just like, fuck you and fuck all of that. Not like I'm scorned, but just, you know what I'm saying? I know my worth now. And before it's like, how you know your worth, but
so
present
yourself. So I have a question. Since we're talking about growth right now in this moment, what do you think triggered you wanting to get to your higher self or triggered your growth? What do you think triggered that to be like, you know what? I'm going to show up as who I truly am. What triggered that?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm gonna track it back to my last relationship. The guy I was dating, I kind of felt like he could have been my soulmate because he was the first guy that got me for me and flaws and all. Like, he loved everything about me. It just obviously didn't work out. But as I started dating again, I'm like, yo, I am pretty besides us doing this, partially was this, like, if we coming on here, sharing our business, giving relationship advice, or, our point of view on relationships and dating, then I can't be telling you one thing and doing another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I started to get more confident.
Accountability.
I started to feel good about myself. Like, me leaving New York, I took a move just because I just wasn't happy there. It wasn't because of him. It's just because we was separate.
Time for change.
Not together for a long time. But it was just a change. Just me, I just woke up one day like, bitch, you good. I think it was me gaining weight and trying to lose weight. And even though I'm not fat, but just feeling like I don't feel good. And it was like, but you don't. Like, look at yourself.
Right.
Look at that. And I just gave myself a prep talk. And one day it was just like, I know I want to be married or be with someone and settle down. I know I want to get a house. I know I want to be successful. I know I want to do this. So let me work towards those goals. And my career and me owning a home, those are things I know I can take control of and make happen. I can't control love. So I was like, let me focus on that. And Judge Tola, y'all know I talk about her a lot. I watch a lot of divorce court during work, to keep busy. I'll have some TV playing or whatever, and just listening to her encouraging women and just saying you gotta love yourself. You're only gonna
love yourself first. That's important.
You don't care and love yourself. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I am not loving myself enough to respect myself to know you don't deserve this.
Yep.
I will fuck with dudes, they fuck me over, and then a couple of months later, they want to be in my DMs talking all the shit. Like, but what happened before? Like,
yep.
You want me back now? Like, I'm good.
They niggas always want to spin the block. Y'all always want to spin the block when y'all realize what y'all had.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, I mean, it's me because I am choosing it, but it's not me because I know I'm a dope person. Like, nobody can say anything bad about me unless they're like, oh, she told me about myself. But was I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, was I wrong for talking about yourself? So it was just in that moment, I was just like, yo, you a on that shit. Like, I don't got to be the best looking female, but I know I have a great heart and I'm a dope person. And I'm not ugly. So I'm like, you. And I was just like, let me start being very transparent. Therefore, there's no confusion. Because I feel like I was the type, like, I didn't want to bring it up first. I didn't want to complicate things. But it's
you didn't want conflict. I was speaking to somebody yesterday, and they were saying the same thing. They don't like confrontation. They don't like the conflict in having to address somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say I used to be that way as well, where it's like, you know what? Let me just ghost. And I told the person yesterday, like, you can address somebody without it being a conflict or confrontation. You can say exactly what the fuck you need to say and move forward, and let them deal with it how they deal with it without it being like confrontational.
Yeah. And it's like in self-love, I had to realize self-love wasn't you like, oh, you're fat and you're ugly. Self-love is you know what I'm saying, not acknowledging your worth, not acknowledging what you deserve and allowing people to disrespect you. And I told y'all before on one of the shows, like I was kind of still a little bit, I'm working on it, a people pleaser. Like I want people around me happy. I don't like them mad at me. And if I can if I can do something for you, I'm gonna do it for you, even though I know you don't reciprocate the same. So it was me learning that, bitch, you come first. I never put myself first, basically. I went from being a daughter to a girlfriend to a mother to a friend to a cousin to this to that, and I never was Samara.
Everything for everybody else, and not for yourself.
So once I realized, like, you have to love yourself first, and like I said, it's not you being insecure or bashing yourself, but it's more so putting yourself first and knowing when to do that. And I think in that moment, that's when I was like, okay, now that I know who I am, let me tell these people who I am. Well, the guys I'm attempting to date, and you're gonna take it or leave it, but I'm not gonna allow you to treat me less than what I deserve or less than what I'm worth. And
exactly.
Here I am, still single.
Welcome to Two Girls, One Motherfucking Struggle. Okay.
But yeah. Well, those of you for fellas, before Nikki, we go into Nikki, or before we go into anything else. From my 3 stories or my 3 dating experiences, tap in if you like feel me. If you don't feel me, if you have any advice,
look us down in the comments.
Let us know. Because like I said, a lot of females are going to co-sign because we've been through it. So I need, you know what I'm saying? I need y'all input. We need the males input because we're trying to figure out what's wrong with y'all. I mean,
right.
We're
truly trying to figure out what's going on with these men. Nah. And honestly, so that's a good transition because I've been trying to figure it out. So let me tell y'all, right? So first, I was dealing with somebody for like 5 years. It was struggling. Then I went from dealing with him. O'Neal said, listen, guys just want to smash.
We want to smash too, but we want to smash with more than just dick because y'all not bringing dick. Y'all not even bringing dick. Let's be real. No shade to anybody, but you're not bringing dick. So we need more than that.
And just because your peen is big, that doesn't mean that you're bringing it. I just want y'all to be aware of that. I'd be like, my glass empty, so I can't even cheers. But
fill it up.
I went from shut up. I went from dealing with somebody for like 5 years. And it was like, I would say like the most intense situation that I've been in. And I told myself, all right, wean yourself off, right? So I weaned myself off, and then I started talking to somebody else. And straight off the jump, this nigga was over here every fucking day. Like, it was like, I talked about this before. He was just ringing my bell, popping up, spending the night. Nigga was here 7 days a week. And before y'all say he was homeless, he had his own place. But he was just up under me 24/7, 365. And I allowed it, right? I was allowing it to happen. I wasn't dealing with anybody else at that moment. Maybe like texting and talking, but not like physically fucking with somebody. And so he was a fucking Sour Patch Kid. So it was like some days it was good, and then other days we was arguing, it escalated, whatever, right? So it was kind of like off and on. And then it got to the point where we actually had like a physical altercation. Like it was like a straight up physical altercation. And let me tell y'all what he did.
I'm about to say, yeah, tell them what
let me tell because I'm gonna tell y'all what he did. I came from a wedding. My friend TT, Christina, I don't know if she's still in here. But I came from her wedding, and it was like so beautiful, right? And I got to like her parents, Christina's parents, like they've been together for forever, right? They look exactly the same. I'm like, and this is my friend from college. They look exactly the same, and just the love that they radiate is just so like you want to. It's almost like you want to be in their skin so you could feel that. And the love that they give to their kids and their kids, like friends, is like whatever. Anyway, so I'm saying that to say it wasn't like an amazing night. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So I came back. He was in my house. I let him have the keys. So he was in my house. Came back and drama, whatever, right? But then this man pushed me in the tub. I'm laughing because it was funny the first time. He pushed me in the tub, right? He pushed me in it. Mind you,
like not funny.
Listen, this was on a Sunday. I just did my braids this was back in September. I just did my braids on a Saturday. So they was tight, they was fresh, they was crispy, right? And I still had the dress on that I went to the wedding with. All right. So I was fully clothed. This man pushed me in the tub. And I had just changed my bathroom the Saturday before. So when I say change the bathroom, I changed the curtain, new rugs, new towels, everything fresh. Anyway, he pushed me in the tub and turned the water on. Again, I am fully clothed.
That shit sound crazy.
And my braids was fresh. So he pushed me in the tub. Talk about you need to cool down. So he pushed me in the tub.
Wait, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you need to calm, like you need to relax, right? So so now I'm laughing at myself because I couldn't get out the tub. Mind you, I still have on the dress I wore to the wedding, right? So he pushed me in the tub and I'm trying to get up, but I can't catch myself, so I keep slipping. And I started to chuckle a little bit because I was drinking, I had like 20 whiskey sours. So I was definitely like a little bit, so I couldn't get up. So I'm chuckling. And this is why I said a fucking Sour Patch Kid. This nigga had the nerve to try to help me out the shower. I'm like, you pushed me in there and now you're trying to help me out?
Wait, I mean, do you think your laugh was like like I said, you was drinking, but delayed reaction, like this just happened, or you really thought it?
No, like I was laughing at myself because I kept slipping. Like I was trying to get up and I couldn't get out, and I was like, like I was literally chuckling to myself. Until it happened again. So he did it again. So like I was pissed again. It's not me laughing had nothing to do with him. It was more like, bitch, you look crazy right now. You can't even get the fuck up. That's what I was talking to. I was talking to myself in my head. So I was still pissed with him, but just in that moment, I could just imagine how I looked trying to get out the tub and keep falling back. Anyway, so then I feel like we was arguing, we was fighting, and then he ended up, I'm dead serious. Then he ended up pushing me in the shower again and turning the water on again. It's definitely a Medea scene.
Yeah.
So anyway,
something.
All right, Lifetime Medea.
So the second time, did you feel afraid that time? Or like?
No, I didn't feel afraid. No, I never. It wasn't a moment where I felt, I would say, like a little bit like this is getting to the most, where he didn't want to give me my phone. That's when I was like, all right, just give me, like, you can leave, give me my phone. But he didn't want to leave because I feel like he thought I was gonna like call the cops. Was you hitting him or anything? I feel like I probably like pushed him or something like that, but not like a full on like I'm punching you or something like that. It was more like get out my face, get out my space type of energy. So anyway, I ended up in the tub again. I don't remember. Oh, I forgot I'm on this. I don't remember how I got in the tub the second time.
Was it back to back though?
Huh?
Like a back to back thing?
No, so that's what I'm saying. It wasn't back to back.
Oh, I just pictured it back to back.
No, we had walked out and was arguing, and I think I can't remember the time lapse, but it wasn't back to back. And I was tight, like I said, I had did my bathroom the day before. Like fresh, I changed the liner, the shower curtain, everything. Because everything got to be matchy for me in the bathroom. And so when he pushed me, I was so annoyed the next day because my brand new fucking curtain, you know when you putting the curtains up, my arm be burning because I'm fat. And I'm like, yo, I just did all that work. The shower curtain was bust down, like at the seat. It all busted and came down. So I was so annoyed. Anyway, so he had the nerve to try to tell me like, oh, it's my fault and I caused this and I did because the way that I came in the house and blah blah all this kind of stuff. And I was like,
when you came in your house.
Your
house.
Okay. The way I came in my house. The house that I live in, that I pay my rent.
Hey, Jonathan. Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, he did not want to leave. So he ended up sleeping on the couch and was trying to talk the whole night. And like, oh, you don't understand what you did. And I was mute. Like I had nothing to say. I was literally just like,
yeah.
Like literally, like I had nothing to say. And he would not leave. He finally gave me back my phone and then he left in the morning time. But then, get this. I always say I want flowers, right? Like I love flowers. I buy flowers every fucking like I buy flowers every fucking weekend, faithful. Unless I'm not here. This man had the nerve to pop up at my door with some flowers, some roses. I was like, hey,
y'all gotta stop that, fellas.
Y'all gotta stop that fucking crazy
show with a payment receipt or anything.
Okay? So, all right, he came with the flowers. I took the flowers. I let them die because I can't just throw flowers in the garbage. So then it was another day, and I feel, his stuff was still here. Because I'm like, why didn't I let him back to my house? His stuff was still here, packed at the door. So when he came to bring the flowers, I was like, I thought you was getting your shit. And he was like, oh no, I'm gonna come back. So I was like, whatever. And at this point, huh?
I said, excuse the chin. That double chin definitely popped out like that.
He knew that was gonna get the job done. It didn't get the job done because I ain't seen him since that day. I'm just gonna say that. But anyway, so he came back. So I'm thinking again, all his stuff is at the door. Like literally, you open the door and you tripping over the stuff. That's how close to the door it was. So I was working at that time. I was working from home. So I was about to go into a meeting, and he brings stuff to like make shit in my kitchen. I was like, so I had to come out my meeting. I had to pause, like turn my video off on my Zoom meeting to be like, you're not making nothing in my kitchen. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
So he left and came back.
So he came. All right. So I think this happened on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So then he left Sunday. I feel like he came back Monday with the flowers.
Okay.
And was like, I'm gonna come because I thought again when he brought the flowers, I thought he was getting his stuff. And he was like, no, I just came to bring you this. I'm gonna come later to get the stuff. He didn't come later. And then I was like, when are you? And so I was like, you have to come get your shit when you come to get your stuff. Mm-hmm. The next step is gonna be down the garbage chute. Mm-hmm. So he came the next day to get the stuff, and this is when he was like talking. But I couldn't fully have the conversation how I wanted to because again, I was working from home. I was in the meeting. Yeah. So once the meeting was over, then we started like, and I was like, you have to get your stuff and you have to go. You're not making shit in my kitchen. And I haven't seen him since that day.
So question, because I know like for some people, I've been through a domestic dispute too, and I guess we'll do another show where I'll get into details about mine. But what made you in that moment knowing that you were done? Because with my situation, I wasn't done right away. I wanted to, but lack of self-love or confidence or whatever, that's not a story. I didn't. So in that moment, you knew you was done, period. So you just wanted to get his shit. What made you allow him to come back in and not leave his shit outside like your door? Because it's not like you in the house where somebody could.
Because, like I said,
what made you be like, okay, I'll allow him that much to come in and get it? Because
Sorry, it froze. You was loading. That's why I stopped for a second. No, because like I said, he's a Sour Patch Kid. And I feel like as much as you want to be irate with the person, you have to also understand the person that you're dealing with, right? If I would have threw his stuff out, that would have been another escalated situation that I did not want to deal with. You have to understand the people that you're dealing with, because people go from calm to fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and he's a calm to cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And that's not something we already went through that on Sunday, and I was not about to deal with that again. And I feel like, again, you have to pick your battles. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna put that man's stuff out when somebody take his stuff.
And I mean, like, this in front of your door, like, hey, like, have it packed by the door, and he like, I'm downstairs. So then, bam, now I'm gonna put it in front of my door because I know you downstairs. And if I don't open my
door.
No,
because I didn't. Anything that was going to trigger an argument, I was trying to avoid. I'm not trying to do that. Because again, you have to know the person that you're dealing with, and you have to know if this person is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Mm-hmm. And he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So again, I'm not dealing with that. So I packed every single thing so that you didn't have to come in here looking for nothing. Every single thing that is yours are in these bags. Mm-hmm. Get your stuff, and then you could go. He thought it was going to be another situation. I guess he thought it was going to be like, oh, like, we're going to talk. Sir, this is the finale. Final destination 3000 is over. You need to get your shit, and you need to go. And I haven't seen him since that day.
No, that's good. I'm glad, like, it didn't escalate at that point, because I felt like, letting him back in with his intentions of cooking or baking or whatever, and you saying no would have led to something else. So that's why I asked that question, because I'm like, you telling him no in that moment too could have led to something else. So that's
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it in that way.
Yeah, of course you didn't think he was going to do that anyway.
I don't think it would have escalated, but I could only think about if somebody put my stuff outside and I come to get it and now it's gone. That's a whole nother. That's a whole.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, it's so. What the question I had asked you was, if he rung the bell downstairs, like, hey, I'm here. And you put it, okay, all right, I'm downstairs, so you ring the bell, so now I can put it in front of my door. Ain't nobody stealing it that quick.
You don't know. There's no chances that I'm trying to take.
No, I hear you. No,
we had somebody put a note in the building that somebody came around and each door and stole packages from in front of everybody's door. Mm. Like,
okay,
it's still there downstairs. So, like I said, I'm not taking no chances, because I know if somebody would have stole my stuff or took my stuff, it would have been escalated. So I'm not, again, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm not going down that route. You have to pick and choose your battles when it comes to arguing or fighting with somebody, because you have no idea the capabilities of a person when they get pissed off to that point. You have no idea what they could do.
Or even like stay at the front door, I'm sliding shit through the door. Like now, like I said, I'm asking these questions because like I said, I have my own situation and I didn't leave it. But after that, I know like this.
But remember what I said.
Slide through the door.
I was also working at the same
you
time.
were. Yeah, it was a meeting. Yeah.
So it's not like I was just sitting here. Again, I was in a Zoom meeting and I had to be like turn my camera off to address what was happening.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like I'm sitting here, because then that would have been different. It was like, all right, I'm fucking working and you interrupting and I have a meeting. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
But anyway,
fast forward.
What's next? Nah. I'd be like, his name was. No, let me stop. But anyway, so the reason why I told those stories about me dealing with somebody for like 5 years and then jumping into this situation, it was a lot. So I told myself, you know what?
Wait, sorry, I have to cut you off. It was a lot, but there was also no break in between, right? Because there was kind of back to back, right?
Right. So like I said, I stopped dealing with the person that I was dealing with for like 5 years in December. And then actually in December, I was dealing with the other person as well. Mm-hmm. Well, I started talking to him from November while I was weaning myself off of the other person.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I told myself, I'm like, bro, like, and then bro, I'm calling myself bro, like, you gotta, like, you can't Like you gotta relax. I feel like you have to know and you have to understand when it's your time to just fall back and to focus on yourself. Because going through the situation with the like 5 years thing, you know, I felt like I was growing and understanding myself, but then going through that, I realized the red flags that I ignored in the beginning. I realized how I get comfortable so fast in the beginning, like right away. So those are things that you begin to learn about yourself, and those are things that you don't want to repeat. So I was like, you know what? I'm not jumping into another situation without trying to understand why I was doing the things that I was doing or why I was allowing the things that I was allowing, right? Because at the same time, you could blame somebody else as much as you want, right? But you also have to take accountability for your actions and what you allow. Because they are only going to do, a man, woman, whoever the fuck you fucking with, they're only going to do what you allow them to do.
Amen.
Okay?
And if that ain't
you have to take females, men, whoever, whatever situation you in, you have to take accountability for your actions and for what you allow. Because if you allow somebody to take advantage of you and you open yourself up to that, they are going to take advantage of it. Until you step up and until you put your foot down. And like Samara said earlier, until you work on yourself and finding yourself, you're going to continue to repeat the same patterns over and over and over again. So I told myself, I'm going to fucking pause. I'm going to pause. So that's what kind of like triggered for me, like the abstinence journey. Oh, in between that, I had sex with a couple of other people too. Look, in between that, it was a little, you know.
Yeah, I came to Nikki like, yo, I'm about to not have sex anymore. Like, I'm about to do it. She was like, nah, me too.
And the reason why I just said that is because I realized also that I was having sex when I didn't want to have sex, only to be like, all right, get it over with, so you could get out of my face, right? So I was like, bro, I'm having sex, like, and if you watch our last YouTube episode, shut up, fucking O'Neal. If you watch our last YouTube episode, like,
go check it out, y'all.
The nigga I was fucking with towards the latter of the summertime. I remember he spent the night and like he wanted to have sex in the morning, and I was like, but I'm gonna just lay here. Like I didn't feel like I was like, I'm gonna just lay here. And I literally, you know when you put like one leg out, like to this, you know when you sleep and one leg, like your knee.
I stretch a little bit for him to get in.
No, I didn't. No, bitch. That's just how I was sleep. That's how I was laying down. I didn't move. Okay, you hear me? I didn't move. One leg was like with the deep points and one leg was straight, and he was humping on my back. I didn't even fucking arch my back. I didn't do nothing. I was laying there and he was fucking.
That's how you know she got a fatty, y'all. She ain't
whatever. And then I was just sitting there like, this nigga crazy. I was like, this nigga crazy. Like, you gonna accept this?
I'm not saying the fellas that are tuning in, but some of y'all guys just don't care. I've had
somebody. They don't care. As long as they can put they peen
have
and
sex with my
hot and tight and warm and juicy.
I had somebody enjoy thigh action because he definitely was not in the whole. I'm not gonna say
not the thigh action, but yeah, he definitely. Again, when I say, and I'm not even exaggerating, I was not moving. I was not doing anything. I was not moaning. I was not making a noise. I was not doing nothing. Okay? And he was humping on my fucking back. And I was just in my brain chuckling. Anyway, saying that to say, I was like, bitch, you having sex for no reason. Yeah. You got to stop. So I decided to be abstinent. Fast forward a little bit. I started talking to a couple of people, but
how's that been going?
It's weird because I feel like
dead body.
Huh?
No, they said dead body.
Yes, definitely.
Sid says he almost pissed himself.
So, all right. So I tried the dating apps. So I went back on Hinge because I was like, you know what? Let me make a conscious decision to actually like date and talk to people and meet new people. So it was going good. I still probably got like 12, 13 messages on there. But I had to fall back a little bit. So I was talking to somebody. I was talking to like probably like I'm gonna say like 8 people at a time. First of all, that's very overwhelming to me. Okay. But there was one person that I gave him my number. And we had never talked about sex, nothing like that. It was just like good conversation. So that night after we finished texting, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm about to go to bed. This man gonna say, night, night, wet dreams. I was like,
what kind of walk you got, guys? Listen, he wasn't packing. He didn't know, and I wasn't gonna say nothing. I ain't adding the body. You know, tiny peen. You wasn't even. That's for another day. Go ahead, Nikki.
I forgot what I was saying.
You said, fucking, I just had it too. See, sis, don't be distracting us. A quick intermission.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I got it. So he was like, hey, night, night, wet dreams. And I was like, what? I was like, don't do that. I was like, don't do that. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, don't do that. I was like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And then I was turned on after that. So I think after that, I was just like, I can't. And then I had another guy that told me that I was dumb on Hinge.
Wait, why?
I can't remember specifically, but what I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all. Because I called him out on something. And I think he only had like one picture. And I was like, you know, ladies are gonna want to see more than one picture. And he was like, oh well, he said a real woman, da 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 da. So I was like, wanting to see more than one picture means that a woman is not real. And he was like, did I say that? You can't be that confrontational and that dumb. And I was like, first of all, I was like, go heal yourself. I said something. And I was like, go heal yourself. But anyway, forward.
Shit.
So the what I've been dealing with is like the inconsistencies, right? It's like a person will be like, oh, da da da. They like you, they into you, they talking all this good stuff. And then they're inconsistent. Mm-hmm. So currently I'm dealing with something like that. Like start talking to somebody from Instagram. And it's a little inconsistent. So
we dropping names or anything or not?
Huh?
I said we dropping names or anything or not?
Did you drop names?
I'm asking. You can say not. I said or not.
If you want to drop names, we could drop names.
I already went, but it's your turn. It's Nikki's turn, y'all.
We can rewind. If you want to drop names, we can drop names. I don't have a problem.
You know, you always got to go forward in life.
He said he only had one shirt. Anyway, who raised these dudes? Exactly, who raised them? But anyway, it's just like the inconsistency. And I feel like if you're truly interested in somebody, you are going to show up, and you're going to show up on a regular, consistent basis. And that is the trouble that I've been having. Oh, I'm actually all on the camera. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot we also recording for YouTube. But the problem is these men, y'all men, cannot be consistent. And that's what we're looking for. Because I equate consistency with your interest and with you wanting to get to know me. And wanting to whatever it is, like I need you to be consistent. You can't be talking to me all day, every day, and then as soon as like I don't know, whatever. Go ahead.
Not even being consistent. Be fucking honest. Cause like I was, y'all see something. We're gonna post something soon. I have something, but I'm gonna do it like a verbal response to it. But I feel like it's okay if we match and you thought I was so bomb. Like y'all tune in. I feel like a lot of guys tune to our show and then they wanna. Y'all can't stand her. They tune in. Bitch, I got distracted. They tune into our show and they like, oh, y'all so dope, yada yada yada. And let's say we have a conversation. We may be too much for you, or we may not be your type. Just be real. Cause like I don't need you to be consistent. Well, I want you to be consistent, but I want you to be honest too. Because if you're not telling me if I did something you didn't like, don't sit there and still be feeding me because you attracted to me. So now you trolling, you in my shit because you want to fuck, but you know what I'm after. So you here and you there and you everywhere. Just be fucking real. Be honest. I'm like, so with honesty comes consistency.
the person that like I'm not even want to call it.
Let's throw their names out. Stop trolling.
So the person that I'm not gonna say talking to right now, but the person that I'm texting, like, so we were texting in the past. All right, so he was on somebody IG that I know, and I was like, oh, who that, right? And then she was like, oh, da da da. So then, you know, I slid. I don't know if I can't remember if I slid in DMs or something. I don't remember. But anyway, we ended up talking. We exchanged numbers, and this was like months ago. And like the responses wasn't there. He wasn't responding. So I was like, all right, whatever. But then he was still messaging me on Instagram. So I would say probably the past 2 weeks. One day he messaged me like, oh, like here's my number, whatever. And I'm like, but we already exchanged numbers, but whatever. So we started texting, and then he was being consistent for like a couple of days, and he was like, I'm trying, I'm this, I'm that, da da da. And I'm like, all right, cool. But then I feel like you can't try. Don't try, just do. Is it that hard?
Yeah.
Have y'all dated compatible signs? Yes, I have dated compatible signs.
We have.
I'm a fire sign. I'm a Sag. So the one that I was fucking with for like 5 years, he was a Leo. The only 2 people that I've ever been in love with will have been Leos. The person after that was a Pisces, and we already know Pisces is different. Pisces men
different.
How be like
yeah. How be like my child's father is a Pisces and no bueno. A lot of my exes is crazy. A lot of my exes are Pisces. My most recent ex is a Capricorn. I'm a Taurus. So Capricorns, Virgos, Pisces. They say some Cancers. I have good Cancer friends. My mommy's a Cancer, but you know, I don't want no Cancer man. But yeah, we date our compatible signs, and I just feel like it's the person itself. Just like I'm
I feel like,
and people swear we stubborn or extra, and I'm very sweet. If you know what I'm saying, like if you know me, I like to think I'm a good friend. I like to think I'm loving. I don't think I'm as stubborn as people portray Tauruses to be, but I think it's you as a person. So we tried our signs. That shit ain't working.
Yeah, it's again 2 girls, 1 struggle. The shit is fucking struggly.
It's real.
But like in conclusion, right now, just saying all of that to say, like right now, I'm still on my journey of working on myself. Speaking up for myself.
Yes.
We
feel you. Like, cheers.
Wait, I'm trying to fix this camera. All right, like speaking up for myself, calling niggas out, because I feel like before I wouldn't say nothing, but I'm calling niggas the fuck out. And telling them how it is. Like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Can I touch on that real quick? So the guy I was telling you about that was the fire's fire. I wasn't gonna call him out. Nikki was like, no, you gotta say something. I feel like I've been calling dudes out, but I was like, for me personally, because I'm queen of closure, me calling him out is me backtracking into who I am, and like I be needing closure. I need to know why you did this and why you did that. And once you give me your why, if I don't like it, then I'm gonna call you out. And I didn't want to do it, and I texted after I did it, like I shouldn't have done it.
So here's the thing.
But I think I needed it too. And I think he needed to hear it because I feel like he was really like, I didn't see nothing. He's to the point where he was like, when you realize you're overreacting, like, you know, I'm here. And I'm
that just sounds like manipulation. And I want you guys to know,
you know,
just because you are confront, just because you're calling somebody out or no, it's not even calling somebody out. When you hold somebody accountable, that doesn't mean that you have to open the door to allow them back in. You can hold someone accountable and still close that door. I think with you, like, it's like, and just from that conversations that we had, it's like they may try to like wean their way, like, you know, like wiggle themselves back in, and you want to avoid that. But for like the audience, is like you can confront somebody, you can call somebody out. It doesn't have to be in like an angry way or whatever it is. You could just simply say, I don't like XYZ. I didn't like that you did this. You made me feel like this, and I'm good on you. And that's okay. Go ahead. I feel like
no, sorry, I'm sorry. No, so for that particular situation, because I'm queen, I don't mind telling you about yourself. But in that particular situation, I was just like, you know what? When somebody doesn't think they're wrong in anything, it doesn't matter what you say to them. So I felt like, first, like I told you, the last dude, the NYPD dude, like he got quiet, like, oh fuck, he thought about it, like I probably did fuck up. The guy was dating earlier last year, like he know he fucked up, so he stay in my shit. Like I feel like for him, he really thinks nothing's wrong with it just because the connection we had from all the shit like he was doing. Like I think he felt the way he felt about me was genuine in that moment, but me expressing how I felt and what I can't stand her, y'all. If y'all check the YouTube out, y'all, because y'all getting all the side looks. Sorry. But I felt like not everybody needs you to check. Like, you know what? Me showing you I don't give a fuck and I don't care is enough for you. Because I feel like sometimes when you call people out, they kind of get a little present, like, oh damn, she felt some type of way. No, and for that particular situation, I didn't want him to even like, you know what? Since you don't care, then fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna teach you, because let's be real. Sometimes we tell dudes off, we tell them about themselves, and they fix themselves for the next chick. Not saying that he shouldn't, not saying I'm a hater, but I don't want to be the one like.
Oh, you know, look, I'm not giving nobody. And I'm not telling nobody about self-improvement. I'm gonna address the situation in which you did to me. I'm not gonna be like,
I just felt like he didn't, because he didn't acknowledge that was. Let's be real. Anybody would have been like, you know what, you're right. Even if they didn't change, they'd be like, you're right. And I felt like he didn't feel in that moment he was wrong, because for whatever situation had to go on, or whatever ways he was stuck in. And that's why I was like, I didn't want to waste my breath. But at the same time, I did need to tell him, but I didn't want to, because I knew for a brief moment I was going to feel some type of way. I still did it, and thank God I didn't dwell on it, because I'm super sensitive, and I probably would have had a moment, and I was out drinking when I told him about himself. But I was like, look at God working on me, because the bitch was good afterward. But you know what I'm saying? I was just afraid, like I didn't want to give it any more attention, because I usually do. And like I said, I'm working on myself and not giving anybody any more of Samara than they need.
Yeah, I think that we can't let people off that easy. And for me, whether it's a friendship, whether it's at work, whether it's with a guy, I am going to tell you exactly how I feel, and I'm going to tell you if you're making me feel some type of way. And I feel like the only way that, and then you see how the person like reacts, and you deal with it how you want to deal with it. Like at work the other day, the girl was talking to me a little crazy and slack, and I was like, oh, that's Allie. And I was like, I don't like your tone. I don't like the way you just said that. Like, and I feel like, because I feel like if you don't say anything, people are going to shape their own narrative. And I guarantee you the narrative that they shape is going to be against you. They're going to be like, oh, well, she did this. And even if you don't care, it's just still like, they're going to shape that narrative. And I want you to know, like, no, this is not the story that you're going to fucking tell. This is what the story is, and this is how you made me feel. And again, it'll just be like, you did XYZ, I didn't like it, or this is how you made me feel, whatever. And I'm good, and wish you luck, and I'm gonna go about my business, and that's it. But I feel like you need to call people out, because not you, I'm just saying in general. We hold things in, and we be like, oh, you dealt with me. Yeah. And we talking to ourselves, and we talking to other people about the situation, but you're not confronting it with the person that's causing the situation. And I feel like you need to have the fucking conversation. Like, stop playing with me. I'm not the one to play with. You're not going to talk to me crazy. You're not going to do me crazy. Like, we're not doing that.
That's why last situation I definitely did. I was just like, before we go, let you know.
Yeah, like we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not here for play. We're not playing. We're not playing.
All right, let's fast forward to like this month. Like, I told y'all, like, right now I'm probably gonna pump my brakes a little bit. How are you feeling about the dating scene? Like, are you still open?
I'm still, listen. I've been focused on myself, and I'm gonna continue to focus on myself. And I feel like what's for me is for me, and what's for me is for me, and it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. So I can't sit here and trying to pull something out of somebody that can't give. And you have to also understand that people are in different stages of their lives. So whereas I may have worked on myself and I'm ready for XYZ and I can show up in this type of way, Not everybody has done that work,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you also have to understand that. But the key is to understand that and not try to fix the situation or fix the person or whatever it is, and be so empathetic, because I'm very empathetic, right? But it's also like, it's not my responsibility to take care of you. It's not my responsibility to nurture this situation. No, I need you to show up in the way that I'm showing up. And if you can't show up the way that I'm showing up, then it's not a reciprocal energy, and it's not an energy that I'm supposed to be in. And I seen the post the other day, and it was like, there's no such thing as right place, wrong time. No, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
You're not the fucking one for me. Lord of mercy, I felt it.
I'm like, pull it on water. I'm like, just take a shot.
Anyway, guys.
Let's shot.
Listen, I could get preachy. I could get preachy.
That's
I'm not gonna get preachy.
Y'all, listen, we said two girls, one struggling.
Yeah, we've been on here for a while. We gotta get out of here.
All right, so listen, we about to just give our little nigga about to pull out them tarot cards. But y'all, all this was inspired from our baby, our original baby.
All right, so you know what? We're gonna pull some cards for us, and then I'm gonna get into the tarot cards, guys. So I've been, dibbling and dabbling a little tarot. So I want to give you guys a love reading based on each sign. Thank you, honey.
Thank you, Boo. Y'all, real quick, we have Dig Deep cards, which are white. We have
don't give it to them. Just pick one, because that's gonna take too much.
Pick a color real quick. I'm just gonna shuffle and pick the first card that comes out.
Okay.
Do one more.
I'm gonna give y'all love readings.
All right, we have a spill the tea. The question is, have you knowingly been someone's side piece, and did you catch feelings?
Yes and yes.
That today.
Yes and yes.
Yes, I have.
That's that 5 years relationship that I was talking about. Well, situationship, because it wasn't a relationship, but yes, we both caught feelings, and we both was like, I love you this, I love you that. It was a very intense situation that I would never want to relive. But I appreciate it because it triggered me to focus on myself.
Okay.
So even though I would never relive it, I'm kind of happy that it happened, because I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for that relationship.
Okay. Same. I was too. I didn't know at first, and then I found out. Try to leave him, but I was like, we had like a year and a half invested after I found out. So I was like,
yes, Vinny B.
He don't really like her. Maybe one day we'll have him on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So Vinny B said, awesome job, queens. Thank you. The dating scene is super ratchet, and I'm just taking my time loving me and learning me. And I'm glad you said that, because that's the most important thing.
That's the journey we're on.
That is the most important thing, because nobody is going to love you more than you can love yourself. And when you learn to tap into that love for yourself, and you hold yourself to a higher standard, then that forces other people to show up and meet that standard. And anything less than that, we not fucking with it. Feel me?
Listen, knowing your worth, that self-love is real. I'm telling you.
A lot of mercy. Hey, Immaculate Beauty. All right, next question real fast.
All right. In a relationship, what makes you feel insecure?
Inconsistency. Lack of because one of my love language is quality time. So if you never want to see me, then that's a problem. So I'm gonna say that.
Okay, mine is inconsistency as well, and lack of communication.
Okay.
I feel like whoever date me, like, he got to be a talker too. We like to talk. So
let's talk about it. All right. One more question.
Hold on, let me shuffle one more time for y'all. I hope y'all enjoying it. Make sure y'all following us. Click the link in the bio. Follow our YouTube page as well. Okay, true or false? The bigger the schlong, the better the slang.
No. Like I said earlier in the episode, your peen could be huge and you ain't slinging shit. Big for no reason. Big for no reason. What is that? BFNR. Big for no reason. I'm gonna start using that as a hashtag.
We gonna start. If y'all see it on our page as a hashtag, y'all already know.
BFNR. Big for no reason. Hashtag BFNR.
Yeah.
Look, let me write that down because I'm gonna start using that. Hashtag BFNR.
I'm like, y'all gonna see it posted soon. So
all right, guys, like Samara said, we are going live today on Instagram, but our show is on YouTube. It's called Two Girls, One Struggle. So make sure that you guys go, you watch all of our previous episodes, you comment, talk to us. If you like this conversation, I guarantee you're gonna love the other conversations that we have. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So when you're on your way to work, you're doing your laundry, you cleaning your house, throw that shit on and listen to us. Like, who y'all don't want to hear the shit, our tea that we spilling and the shit that we going through? Tap in. Anyway.
Yes, and if y'all have topics, any comments, any advice, if y'all want any advice, DM us, text us, do whatever. Like, we got y'all covered. Support.
All right, so Ali said, not true. Best D I had was a 4-incher. Exactly.
Oh. Facts.
Exactly.
Facts. I mean, I don't know if it was 4. I'm gonna give it a good 6.
I'm not gonna say 4 inches. I'm
average
just
6,
agreeing with the sentiment around it. Your dick don't need to be big.
Girl, listen. I don't need it that big because if I need to do my tricks, I can't work with big stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I mean, if it's big and it fit, then that's cool. But if it's big and it's like, sir, stop, no. But anyway, guys, I am going to get into love readings for the signs before we get out of here.
Yes.
And this is, again, these readings are not for people that are in actual like relationships and marriages. These readings are for singles and for people that are in situationships, because we've all been in a situationship, or 1 or 2 or 3 or motherfucking 4. All right. So let's get to it. This is for Aries. All right. So, and bear with me because my handwriting is chicken scratch. So if I'm stumbling, it's because I can't read what I wrote. All right. So for Aries, I see you're focused on the loss of an opportunity that you caused. Now you want that old thing back. You're sitting there reminiscing. And I wrote, get your shit together and take responsibility for your actions as opposed to playing the victim. So that's Aries.
He was an Aries, y'all. The one I was talking about. I'm just saying.
So for Taurus, someone wants to show up for you in the ways that you want. Almost, but it's giving me like sweet talker, suave mente. Like they want to come, like try to show you romance, but it's also like a swindler at the same time. Like somebody that's going to talk and tell you what you want to say, whatever.
Single for another month.
It says so. Someone wants to show up for you in the ways that you want, almost like a sweet talker. That's promising you romance. But I'm seeing some type of conflict or something that's happening. Almost as if you guys are battling each other to be right. Take a step back, think about things. Okay, look, this one I'm like, I can't read what I wrote. Think about things that could have been done differently. Both of you having time to reflect may lead to a new beginning. Hey, pre-existing conditions. All right, so that was Taurus. Now we are on to Cancer. So for Cancer, you're contemplating I keep forgetting I'm on this too. All right, so for Cancer, you're contemplating if you should take a leap of faith with someone. It makes you feel a little anxious, for fear of leaving like your comfort zone or leaving like when you have to take the next step in something and you're like, damn, I've been doing this for so long. Right? I've been doing the same thing for so long. Now I have to do something different. It makes you get a little bit of anxiety. So that's what I was getting from that. Okay. But this leap of faith that you're sitting on, that you're afraid to take, it has the promise of pure happiness. the whole package. The whole package with someone who's confident and ready to build and show up for you. And it's okay. I'm like, I don't know if I say peaceful or beautiful. It says beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
When you decide to take that chance, then it's going to be beautiful. So that was Cancer.
That's
for Gemini. I got the same card as earlier. The
for Aries and Taurus.
The King of Cups, right. Okay. Anyway, the King of Cups. So I'm getting like a sweet talker, right? That fucked you over in the past. They want to come back, but you've already worked your ass off to build yourself up. No, you didn't miss Pisces. I didn't. Pisces is the last one actually. You've worked yourself right. So there's somebody that. So this is Gemini. There's somebody that was suavemente, sweet talker, like saying all the right things, all the perfect words to get you to fall in love with them, right? Somebody from your past, they want to come back in, right? Mm-hmm. But you've already worked on yourself. You worked your ass off. You put the work in for you to be a better person. And you're like, I'm good, love, enjoy. You want passionate, fiery love. You don't want that old shit. You don't want that old shit. So that's Gemini. Okay, sorry. It's another piece. It says you're passionate. You want passionate, fiery love. Where the energy is actually reciprocated. So you want passionate love where the energy is reciprocated, not somebody that's just going to tell you what you want to hear in order to get in your panties or to be around you. You don't want a headache. Or this is something else that I was getting. You could be working on yourself and that ass is horny. You in heat. Like, or it could be you in heat and you just want to fuck.
That's not Taurus. I'm sorry.
So that was Gemini. All right. So now we in Leo. So for Leo, you're accomplished, right? You've worked hard towards your goals, and while you may be successful career-wise, you aren't successful. Well, I can't talk. You aren't successful. You aren't successful when it comes to love. At one point, it seems like you were maybe like juggling, and you were content with juggling. Like you was like, all right, I'm just gonna do this, right? And it was working for you. Like the juggling was working for you. It was giving like juggling a couple of people, and it was good. It was working for you. And then something came and shook it up, and then you was like, "What the fuck is this? I don't know what's going on." So it says then some shit happened that you weren't expecting, and it left your ass lost in the sauce. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? So one of the cards was the Moon card. So the Moon card is something happening that you don't see, like it's like a secret or something that's going on in the background that you're not privy to. But now you're learning to find balance within yourself. And instead of being in your head about should've, would've, could've. Oh, okay. It says that was the end of the sentence. So it said instead of being in your head. Okay. Sorry, let me read it again. But now you're learning to find your balance instead of being in your head about should've, would've, could've.
Nice.
So and this is before, huh?
What sign is that again?
That was Leo.
Oh,
so like before you were like, oh my God, like why did this happen? What's going on? Da, 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 da. But now it's like I'm finding balance, and I'm just like, you know what? It happened, and I'm moving on. Okay. That's Leo. So for Virgo, it says you're waiting for a love. It was given like you're waiting for somebody to show up. Like it was something that you were nurturing, a relationship that you were nurturing, and you were waiting for it to grow, but it's not happening as fast as you want it to happen. So you're kind of impatient and you're getting bored. So it's not moving as fast as you wanted to move. It's not moving to the next step that you wanted to move to in the time frame that you wanted to move, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And it says because you're so caught up on like it's not going exactly how I wanted to go. It's not moving as fast as I wanted to move. You're missing the blessing in the moment, if that makes sense. Like you so focused on like, oh my God, it's not doing what I wanted to do that you're missing what's in front of you. You're missing the goodness of what's in front of you. And it's not moving fast enough for you, but also don't make any haste decisions. Because it almost looked like you was like, all right, I'm ready to be out. But don't move so fast that you're gonna miss that opportunity.
Okay.
So that was Virgo. Y'all, this should be a lot. I don't think y'all be
another soulmate sign. I'm just hearing that they want me. That's
so Libra. For Libra, I have you're in your head about your person. You're in your head about your person, but you making shit the fuck up. That's what I'm getting. And your bae is showing up in the way that he or she should. You making it complicated because you thinking shit is happening and shit is not happening. It's in your head. So your bae is showing up the way that they supposed to be showing up. And like it's not too good to be true. So it's giving like you in your head like, damn, it's too good to be true. He not what he seems, or she's not what she seems. They are what they seem. Whatever they telling you, however they're showing up, that is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I put he or she is the real deal. It's giving passion and what you've wished for. So stop overthinking.
Okay.
So that was Libra. All right. So now we're on Scorpio. All right. So for Scorpio, I was getting conflict or competition over someone. So basically, like it's somebody else that you're like in conflict with, or you feel like you're in competition with for like the person that you think is your person, right? And I put you're about to do something strange for a piece of change because it was the magician card, and the magician is kind of like you trying to manipulate shit for you to get the outcome that you want. So it says I'm getting conflict and competition with somebody else, and you doing something strange for a piece of change in order for you to win over the person. So that's what I was getting for Scorpio. For Sag, there was a person that was like sweet talker, finesse. Again, somebody that's telling you what you want to hear. Somebody that's like, oh look, I got this, I got that, whatever. They want to show up for a new chance or a new beginning with you, but this time they want to show up in a different type of energy. So instead of them wanting to show up as like this sweet talker or whatever, they're showing up more of stable, masculine. I'm gonna give you what you want. And it says they want a new beginning with you. This time they're trying to do something different and show up as someone more stable. It's given they want a new passionate beginning, but are we gonna take it? All right, so that was Sag. Now we have Capricorn. So it's giving you're bored and you're wanting love. Hold on. Okay, so you're bored. I have it written down, and my handwriting is like chicken scratch. So it says you're bored and wanting love. Someone is offering you love, right? But it's not what you want. You're like, I don't want that. It was given like because you had the Queen of Cups. It's given like real stush energy. So like Queen of Cups, they're sitting there, she's sitting there like, if you gonna approach me in the right fucking way, or else like I know who I am.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right, it's like it was given like what happened? What you say? Like what you got for me? That's the energy of the Queen of Cups. That's what I get from it.
Okay.
So it says you're in a stush type of energy, and you're focusing on yourself. You're thriving, and you're content, but you're kind of like trying to decide what you want to do next, like in your life or in love. Like, what do I want to do? You're juggling. Like, what's the next steps for me? Like, I already accomplished what I'm supposed to accomplish. I'm living my life. I'm standing in my purpose. Like I am who I am, and whoever's going to be a part of my life, they need to show up in a certain type of way. So you're trying to decide, all right, what's next for me? So that was Capricorn. And then Aquarius, somebody from your past that you kind of had like an addictive relationship, right? So we all know those relationships where, like, again, the 5-year one, right? That I was talking about earlier. It's intense, right? It's like a intoxicating relationship that you feel like you cannot break apart from. Like you don't, it's so much, like it's so all-consuming. That's what I was getting. Somebody from your past that you had an all-consuming type of energy with, they're coming back. And it's kind of like both of you guys are reminiscing on what it was. You guys are both in your head about, damn, like, remember that time? Remember when the shit was good? When we was doing this, when we was doing that. So I'm reminiscing about happier moments. And whatever happened in the past with this person, you're ready to let it go. And I'm seeing happiness not only like within yourself, but I'm also seeing happiness and a new start with this person. Excuse me, I put happiness and a new start definitely within yourself and a possibility with this person. But it's not all like a new start and fresh and stuff with this person, but it could be a possibility. But I'm seeing it more within yourself. Mm-hmm. All right, so Pisces, I didn't get to do Pisces. So these were the cards. So we got, for the Pisces, we got the Fool card.
Fool?
The Fool. Fool. So we got the Fool card. Then we had the 3 of Pentacles. And then, so what I do was, instead of doing 2 cards, I'll clarify. So for the Fool, the clarification was the Sun. And then for the 3 of Pentacles, it was the 5 of Swords. Okay. Oh, what is this one? Okay. So for the Fool, so the first 2 cards that was pulled was the Fool and the 3 of Pentacles, right? Mm-hmm. So for the Fool, if you look at her face, really, you can't. Oh, sorry. If you look at her face, it's almost like she wants to let go, and she wants to be free, and she wants to take a chance. It's like, I've been doing it this way, and I just want to let go. I just want to be free, right? But then it's also the 3 of Pentacles. So the 3 of Pentacles in this particular situation, I'm getting like you took a chance to work on something with somebody or with a group, right? But then you also have the Sun. So you took a chance on something that you thought was going to be your happiness, right? Mm-hmm. But it's almost like, so then you had the 5 of Swords that was clarifying the 3 of Pentacles. So it's given, it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. So you took a chance and it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. So now you sitting in your head like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? That's what I got for Pisces. You took a chance at something and it didn't work out. It didn't work out. I'm like, that's it, y'all.
All right now.
I'm like, that was a mouthful.
If it's on the fly, let it fly. But if it
let me know, guys, for your signs that I've read. Let me know. Did it resonate with y'all? How y'all feeling? Tamara, did it resonate?
I felt like for my soulmate signs it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't think it resonated for your sign?
No, unless you want to. I mean, probably like a pinch of it, but more so for my soulmate signs.
Like when I was reading it, I felt like it resonated.
I can't even actually repeat Taurus, so we've been on here for a minute, but I need to hear it again. But I don't think
I said someone wants to show up for you in ways that you want, right? They're promising you romance, a new chance, but I'm seeing conflict. Like you guys are battling to be right. Like meaning like you have your perspective, they have their perspective, and you guys are both trying to be like, oh no, see my way, right? But I said, take a step back and think about things from a different point of view. And maybe the time away from each other that allows you guys time to reflect may lead to a new beginning if y'all take a step back.
So how do you feel that resonates? Because I'm not dealing with nobody, and the only person that could apply to was the
right. So the way I'm thinking about it is like,
but he wasn't trying to.
Hey, sissy.
It was just like this. Well, that's how you feel. So you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no like. So that's why I felt like it didn't resonate.
Right. So, all right. So for me, when I'm thinking about that pertaining to the situation or the person that you're talking about, is you see things a certain type of way, right? And you're like, okay, this is what I need. But it's different from what this person needs or what they want, right? So it's like, hey, Crispy, you want it your way. He don't see a problem with it because he wants it his way. But it's about, when I read what I wrote, it's about understanding each other's perspective. So that's basically the gist of what the cards were saying to me. Like, understand each other's perspective. And if you understand it from the other person's point of view, like him understanding what you were saying and being like, oh, I understand what she's saying. I understand how I made her feel a type of way because of XYZ. And then you also understanding like, okay, well, he told me that he doesn't need to talk to a person every single day. Like, this is how he is. Then maybe that may lead to something if you guys can understand each other. So that's what I was getting from it.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, you know that because I shared that with you, but because our situation when I confronted it, none of that was addressed. It was just like, I don't know what to say.
Remember, this is not the past. I pulled these today. So this is
right that's what I'm saying. So there was no, before I even, when I was telling you the story, before I even confronted him on it, there was no communication. Hence to me saying I fell back. So it wasn't even him like, you doing the most, like, take a second and think about what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but you know X, Y. There was none of that. It was just like, all right, that's how you feel. But once you get out your head, hit me up. It was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no care. There was no thought. And you would have act like we just met each other yesterday. So that's why I was saying that don't resonate to me, because at least if he was like,
but that's something that wrong. But you that's something that happened when did that happen? When did that conversation happen?
What you mean?
The comment, what you talking about right now? When did that happen?
I'm saying it never happened. It was just me saying.
No. You just said whatever happened. The situation when y'all had the conversation. When was that?
Well, when we text briefly, it was a week and a half ago.
All right, so that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying right now, what I'm reading right now is for today. It's not from the past. It's saying, so when you read tarot cards, it's like, this is the possibility of something. So he could be sitting there like, damn, like, maybe I could understand where she's coming from. So this is today, right now, when I pull the cards. This is not talking, this is not, again, this is not like, so tarot, it kind of supposed to give you like the inner thoughts of what's going on. It's not going to be exactly what you see. It's more like, all right, maybe he's sitting there like, damn, like, maybe she's right. Like, you get what I'm saying? But him understanding your perspective. Or you maybe being like
vice versa, yeah.
Right, exactly. So that's basically what it's saying. Again, it is not ever set in stone.
Of course.
You can interpret the cards however you want to interpret the cards. This was just my interpretation of what I got from it. And that's what I got. Basically, like, maybe if you guys put yourself in each other's shoes, it could be a different outcome.
Of course.
Possibilities.
Like I said, I'm always open to that, but the conversation, hence to me saying I'm big on communication, have that conversation with me. Because like I said, I know what I like and I know what you like, but
I feel like show up.
No, yeah, if you show me you don't care, then we can't have a conversation because you're not even trying to have it. Like, I can compromise if we go back and forth because I'm not always right. I feel like I am, but I know I'm not. So, but if you don't have that conversation and we can't get to that point where you're like, you know what, let's take a second back. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight, though.
Yes, this is a long ass episode. I was ready to go about 2 hours ago.
I'd be like,
not 2 hours because that's when we started. I'm gonna say an hour ago.
Yes, I've been ready. I was sitting there like, I don't have nothing to nibble on. I'm hungry.
But yes, guys, this was a live taping, a live recording of Two Girls, One Struggle. So guys, on YouTube, we are also over on Instagram. Make sure that you guys go follow us. At the R is for relationships. Yeah, I can hear us back in your background.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird because I don't hear it at all. I have it like off.
Yeah, I can hear it echoing. Anyway, but yes, guys, thank you for tuning in. We are gonna do this every now and again. Every 2 weeks, we are going to be going live, whether it's on YouTube, or we may alternate and then do it again on Instagram. Drop an emoji if you loved it today. If you love the conversation, talk to us.
Make sure to follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Click the link in our bios on all of our pages. Don't act like you can't find it because in every bio. We appreciate y'all. Until next time.
Right. Peace, love, and soul. Nah. Later, guys. Wait. Drop us an emoji.
Yeah.
For the people that's in here, drop us an emoji real fast so we can get the emojis. Drop us an emoji. All right, guys.
2 girls, 1 struggle, pour it up, make it double. Time to spill the tea. Tired of the dating scene. I'm just trying to find a bank. Cause the games they wanna play, only if it's rated R. Maybe then I'll show my cards.